Pokemon Legends Z was revealed earlier today, and with it, the return of Mega Evolution. Now, while I don't expect to see Megas in VGC anytime soon, I thought it would be fun to have a look at some of the previous Mega forms and talk about how they would perform in today's metagame. I'll also briefly be touching on my thoughts for the new game at the end of the video, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure you stick around for that. So guys, obviously new game hype is here, and of course Mega Evolution has returned. Now I personally am super excited for Megas. Again, I don't think we'll have Megas for at least a year. Well, obviously we won't have them for at least a year. We might not even get them when these games, initially drop. It might be a Generation 10 mechanic. We aren't 100% too sure yet. And I'm also sure as well we'll also get new Mega forms. Like, I know they've touched it on in the past that they actually wanted to do Mega Flygon. They just couldn't, find the form for Mega Flygon. So fingers crossed they can, like, work out the kinks and get Mega Flygon in the game. That'd be super duper sick. But yeah, let's just talk about some of the Megas that I think could be really good in the current metagame. And the first guy I'm going to talk about here is actually my guy, Salamon. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Salamon is without a doubt one of my favorite Pokemon, right? I absolutely love Roaring Moon. I love the line. They're all super duper sick, yeah? Salamon obviously is a, it's an Intimidate mon, which is like obviously super awesome. But also when it Megas, it gets this beautiful ability called Aerialate. Now, unfortunately, Aerialate here is, apparently it's illegal, so I actually can't show you exactly what it is. But essentially, it turns normal type moves into flying type moves, and I believe it gives them a 30% boost. It might be like 20%. So in the past, this guy would run things like Double Edge. You get a base 120. It's basically just Brave Bird for Mega Salamons, but it's also buffed by like 20-30%. So it gets Double Edge. It also gets things like Hyper Voice as well. So, you just get like, again, like a base, 100 plus. Like, it's basically Bleakwind Storm on crack, right? Like, if you play the metagame right now and you think Bleakwind Storm's good, like, obviously Bleakwind can get the speed drop, this can't. But coming off this stat with Aerialate is obviously like super sick. And again, this mon, like you look at these stats, dude, this guy, it's silly, right? He has Intimidate like pre-built in before he Megas. So this physical defense stat is like absolutely nutty, right? 95 HP is like honestly really solid. 120 speed is like really good, especially because this mon, can obviously run things like Dragon Dance, right? So because of that, right, you look at this mon at like level 50. And then it's like, oh yeah, like 0 speed investment. And it's like, okay, like now you just outspeed absolutely everything. You don't even need to go that much. You honestly get like something like 4. Look at how hard this thing hits with Adamant, dude. 216, absolutely nutty. And then like you can just like invest all your points in bulk. It's like, dude, this is like super sick, dude. I absolutely love this mod, man. It's got so much going for it as well. Like it can also be like your Tailwind one if you want. Obviously I believe it gets like Breaking Swipe as well. So yeah, you can play it like the support set. Dude, like Mega Salamons in the current metagame would be like so sick. Like obviously, yeah, like, Fluttermane is a thing, right? And that's going to be one of the biggest issues with a lot of these mons, right? It's like, how does it deal with Fluttermane? Especially, too, because we don't know if, like, a Mega Pokemon can also Terrastallize, or if it's even going to be, if they're even going to be legal at the same time. Like, obviously, we had formats with Z moves and Mega, so maybe we'll have, Terra and Mega. Maybe Mega mons can't Terra. I don't know, right? So, definitely something to keep in mind here. But yeah, look, Mega Salamon, man, this guy is absolutely sick. I'm so excited to eventually play with this, because I played with this guy in singles. I never played VGC with Mega Salamons. And again, one of my favorite all-time mons, so I would absolutely love to get to use it, right? The next guy, though, here we're going to talk about is Charizard Y. Now, this is a mon that I think, with the Paradox mons, could be absolutely busted, especially in a non-restricted format. If you have a look at all the weather setters we have right now in, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you're talking about things like Pelipper, right? You've got Politoed, Torkoal, Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales. Obomsnow is in the game. Obviously, T-Tar as well. T-Tar is obviously, without a doubt, the best individual mon of the group. But Sand is currently not really good right now in VGC. And I would say Sun and, Rain are definitely, 1 and 2. They're definitely the two best archetypes in terms of, like, weather. But realistically, Pelipper, Torkoal, they're, like, decent mons, but they are not Charizard Y, man. Look at these stats, man. Yeah, don't get me wrong, this mon's speed, it's kind of, like, subpar, Special defense is really nice, especially for a mon that resists Fluttermane. Definitely something worth touching on. But look at this, dude. 159 special attack, and it sets Sun for mons like Chi-Yu and Fluttermane. Like, dude, you could literally run Zard plus like Scarf Chi-Yu and then like, speed boost to Specs Fluttermane. And then, dude, that actually seems insane. Like, Charizard Y seems too good if you pair this thing up with Paradox mons. Like, in a non-restricted format, like Zard Y, I think it would genuinely, like, if you dump the Megas in the current format we have right now, Megas just run it. So not Megas run it. Zard Y runs the shit. Like, you resist the best mon in the game. It's like, oh yeah, this mon Ogerpon Wellspring, who's like, arguably the best mon in the game as well. It's like, oh yeah, like you can't hit me with the, with your grass type moves. Like 4x resist it. It's like, yeah, sure, I'm weak to your Ivy Cudgel, but guess what? Like, I got the Sun. Like, I'm setting up the Sun, baby. It's like, oh, Incineroar, like, yeah, sure, you can like intimidate me. I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna protect in front of you and then just start firing off massive attack, dude. It's like, This one, I think, actually matches up so well into the metagame. It would be insane, right? And then, of course, you got things like, you know, Heat Wave, right? It's like, oh, Draft. You want to try to, like, you know, you want to try to, like, Terrify to live? Dude, I would love to see the calc on Terrify. Yeah, actually, I'm going to pull it up. Give me a second. Look, I'm not going to lie here. I'm a little underwhelmed by this mon's damage specifically. I don't know how I guess Choice Specs Chiyu is Choice Specs Chiyu. It probably actually is more damage in hindsight. I mean, look, that's still a good chunk of damage, especially if you have a look at the spread here. Like, this is 252. Yeah, I mean, realistically, no one's like this bulky, right? What was like this? Something like that was the wolf spread. I guess that's still picking up, but this mon's special defense isn't actually that insane. But still, Charizard Y does put on a lot of pressure. Like, super sick mon. Absolutely would love to, you know, definitely see it in the current metagame. Kind of a little underwhelmed by that overheat there. But in saying that too, like, again, setting your allies up is probably, like, even more important. Also getting things like Air Slash as well. Like, we're in a metagame where Flying Stab just isn't really there. So, yeah, getting something like Air Slash, I do think would be, like, super sick. But really, like, they're, like, the two major mons I really wanted to talk about. So let's just kind of go through the rest of the list here. So, Mega obomsnow, one really cool thing about obomsnow here is it's got, like, no speed. Being, like, 30 base speed is, like, really good. And it's pretty bulky, not gonna lie. But this is one of the mons that kind of wishes it had, like it kind of just was like, hey, Game Freak, can you, like, not give me, you know, my two best stats? Yeah, like, I don't think it wants to be a mixed attacker is what I'm trying to say, right? Like, maybe drop, like, 30 attack and give it 30 special attack, and then all of a sudden, you know, like, this thing could, like, absolutely fire off some massive blizzards. But yeah, I don't really think, you know, obomsnow would be, like, that good. Mega Absol, cool. Definitely don't think it would be that good in the metagame. Again, this is a one where it's like, it has this special attack stat, but it really wants the bulk. Like, 65, 60, 60 is bad. Like, this thing is just Fluttermane Florida, right? You can't hold a focus sash. Not very good. Mega Aero, on the other hand, this is a really cool mon because of its, like, insane speed stat, right? Like, having a speed stat that is faster than Fluttermane, Power, and all that kind of stuff is obviously very good. Being a rock type as well, I think, like, rock in the current metagame would be sick. Like, if this thing had Rock Slide, plus, like, obviously Tough Claws, does it actually get a rock move buff by Tough Claws? Like, I have not played around with these mons in way too long, dude. I don't actually know if any of these here are buffed by Tough Claws. Like, maybe Stone Edges. Yeah, I'm honestly not too sure. Does it give us anything? Like, actually, does Dual Wing Beat? Dude, a Dual Wing Beat actually got buffed by it. I'm sure I saw it, right? Yeah. If this got buffed by Tough Claws, that would actually be kind of poggers. But yeah, like, this mod actually, like, might be good just because of how quick it is. But obviously, one of its big issues is there are just a lot of other fast mons as well here. What else? Mega Aggron is, like, cool because I think it gets Body Press, right? Yeah, it gets Body Press, Iron Defense. Yeah, that's kind of sick as well. When, like, you think about Filter and a pure Steel type, like, what? Its weaknesses are, like, what? Fire Fighting? Like, there's no special fighting types in the game. And yeah, sure, you get, like, bent over by fire types like, you know, Charizard and Chiyu, but yeah, like, that defense stat is still, like, pretty nutty, right? Like, let's have a look at, like, level 50, yeah? Like, this is the kind of mon where you, like, you don't invest any... Yeah, dude, you just go, like, a plus nature here just because it's, like, so insanely high. And you do something like this. Yeah, dude, you imagine you get that to +2. He's like 5. Dude, that's actually insane. That's... this mon could unironically be really good. You know what? Maybe, like, maybe this is the play. Maybe this is the play. Something like this. Just play it on Trick Room. Just, like, underspeed stuff. And, dude, that seems kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That could actually be kind of pog. Anything else cool here? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of cool things here. Mega Zam's really interesting. I just don't think in a VGC format it's good. Actually, does it get E-Force expanding? Maybe, because, like, one thing you gotta keep in mind, right, is expanding force was not a thing when these guys were originally in the game. Because of that, maybe Mega Zam could actually go kind of crazy. Trace is kind of bad. It's one of those, like, again, this is one of the ones that kind of, I think, wishes it had a different ability. But yeah, no, definitely, like, I guess expending force all of a sudden makes me kind of a believer. But again, like, you see ones like this, and it feels so bad. But I guess Fluttermane also has that exact same situation. It's like, maybe it's not all that bad, right? What else? Mega Altaria, really cool typing. It has Pixelate. Pixelate works the same way as Aerialate. Actually, it's Sylveon's ability. So, yeah, like, pretty simple, right? Yeah, no, I think that one's bad. Like, again, if you drop either this or this and put, like, 30 points into speed, like, maybe it's half decent, but, like, nah, Mega Altaria, probably not the guy. I kind of want to leave those two there because I think they're the most saucy, that's for sure. Mega Ampharos, I love Fabio. If anyone, you know, shout out to the man Poke Aim MD. You do love it, you know, it reminds me of, like, a Super Saiyan. Speed's low, but, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, again, Mold Breaker, it's like, yeah, sure, you can go through, like, Lightning Rod and Volt Absorb. Yeah, it's kind of like whatever, right? I don't think it's all that. Mega Ordino, I'm not gonna lie, this thing's bulky. It has healer. I've got no idea what it does. I'm gonna move on. Mega Bayonet has this like stupidly high attack stat, and its ability is Prankster with like no defenses. This is a mon where like I don't know. I feel like Mega Bayonet should like be a bit bulkier. I don't know, like maybe this thing with like Shadow Sneak's good. Like what's regular Bayonet stats? Bayonet. I mean, maybe it's like Shadow Sneak's actually decent, but like I don't know, probably not, right? Like what does it even get on the status side of things? Like I'm sure it gets like I know it gets obviously Destiny Bond something, plot pain. Oh yeah, Prankster's Pain Split. Do you have Willow? Yeah, you got Willow. Taunt. I don't know. Like maybe it's decent. Nah, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. I'm not gonna lie, that one it seems pretty bad. Seems pretty bad. Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is like the definition of a glass cannon. Technically, you know, it does outspeed and resist Flutter Mane, and 150 attack with adaptability is pretty insane. Is there a world where Mega Beedrill's actually good? Surely not, right? Like, it is like the perfect min-max mon in a sense, right? 15 special attack is kind of insane. But again, the physical bulk, this mon just like falls over to like a Sucker Punch, I think, which is probably it's like one of its biggest issues, right? But then you got the guy Blasttoys. Now, Blasttoys actually kind of pog, because now it gets Shell Smash. I actually like Shell Smash Water Spout good? Because like the thing with Water Spout, right, is like obviously you've got it and it's like this kind of nutty move. But I feel like with Mega Launcher, like is Water Pulse just like more consistent? Because what does that make it? It would make it 90 base power, single target with a chance of confusion, right? Can I type in just like pulse moves? Yeah, I mean, dude, terrain pulse, poggers. Yeah, I mean, look, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse. I think Flash Cannon's also boosted. This one could like actually be kind of decent. Again, like maybe drop some attack for some speed. Like, how fast are you actually? I should know this. I was literally testing it out the other day, just regular. I mean, it's not bad after a Shell Smash, right? Like maybe there's a world where this thing's actually good. You're on something like, I don't know, like modest and then just like bulk it out. Because yeah, again, I don't think you have to run Water Spout. You could run like Pulse, Protect, Shell Smash, and then just like a coverage move. It's probably fine. But yeah, I don't know. Like, a very interesting mon, that's for sure. I don't know how like good it would actually be. My guy Mega Blaziken, I love this mon. Again, I don't think it's that great. It almost feels like why not just run like Mega Blaziken with a Focus Sash? Like, because I think you're doing the exact like. I'm sure there's KOs you miss. You know, without the, sorry, if you're not Mega Blaziken, but again, I feel like you're so fragile, you're probably just gonna like fall over anyway. Camerupt, dude, could this guy actually be the Trick Room setter like we all need? Not Trick Room setter, sorry, Trick Room abuser, because it gets Eruption, right? Dude, maybe like, is there a world like, I mean, it's not Sheer Force boosted, right? But I know like Earth Power is. Get like an Earth Power up in here. Dude, maybe this thing actually under Trick Room could be good. But again, like this here is like what pains me with old mons, right? Like, if this was a Generation 8 or 9 mon, this would be, like, 60, and then this would be, like, 100, 110, 110, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, cool. Like, actually, there's maybe a world where Mega Camerupt's actually good. There's maybe a world, dude. I'm definitely not going to die on that hill, but there's definitely a chance. We obviously touched on why. We'll talk about X here. Dragon Fire is, like, obviously pretty decent. It gets Tough Claws. You get Breaking Swipe. Tough Claws Breaking Swipe actually be kind of cool, right? Because, like, obviously this one would want to dance up. You want to go Dragon Dance. You got a pretty good attack stat. Like, again, this is like what kind of pains me with this guy. Like, just don't put this, like, make him faster, make him bulky, make him, like, this here's pretty bad, but, like, I guess Tough Claws kind of fixes that, right? Yeah, it doesn't even say. But yeah, like, dude, maybe this guy's good. What's a fire move it gets? Like, is Fire Punch your Tough Claws move? Surely you've got something better than Fire Punch, right? I don't think it does it? Blaze Kick. Fire. Yeah, dude, it's Blitz. I guess probably Blitz. I don't know if that's buffed by Tough Claws, but I think you still want it because it's strong. But yeah, I don't know. Like, Zardy's like obviously got a pretty good typing. Like, Dragonfire is nice. But yeah, obviously we're not too like I don't think it'd be that good. Maybe as an SD mon, sorry, as a DD mon, it's actually pretty decent. Mega Diancie, I doubt we would ever see it. Mega Gallade, this is another mon that needs to be fixed because this. Oh, what did we just do there? What the hell? This right here, they should just say Sharpness. Dude, if they give this thing Sharpness, then we're fucking cooking, man. Look at this shit. This with Sharpness, broken, man. You pair this with like an Intimidate mon, because like his Mega fixes his bad defensive stat as well, and he becomes a lot faster. All of a sudden, it's like the same stuff we see like right now, right? You get like the Sacred Swords, you get the Psycho Cutters. Where is it? Yeah, you get like these two, then you just go like, I don't know, like Protect Wide Guard or something, and then it's like, dude, this one's actually kind of cash. Like, again, like 110 does seem really quick. It's probably a little slow for the current metagame. But again, if you pair this up with like any speed control or like any good support, like this one just like one-shots a lot of things, right? Like I can see Psycho Cutter just like ripping through a Flutter Mane off this thing. Like that is like way too much attack, yeah? Like way too much. Mega Chomp, I think Mega Chomp is a mon where if it does come back, just like take like 20 off the special attack, put it in the speed. Like give it a buff, because I think this mon's just bad as is. Mega Guardy, really cool mon. I think it gets Expanding Force. Obviously Mega Guardy was like super good in the old metagames, but I think it's like its biggest issue is like Flutter Mane is just it, but better almost. Like sure, Flutter Mane doesn't have Expanding Force, and like Pixelate Hyper Voices are like pretty cool. You obviously just like run something like Protect. I don't even know what the last move would be. Is it like Calm Mind? Probably not, right? You can't hit Steel types. It's like Mystic Fire. I don't know. Maybe something like Mystic Fire to hit Steel types. But yeah, I don't know. Mega Guardy, like again, on paper seems really good. But like I look at these stats and I'm like, Flutter Mane kind of does the same thing with the choice specs. It hits harder. It's naturally faster. Its bulk is like almost identical. Yeah, like cool mon, but like probably just outclassed by Flutter Mane, right? What else? Okay, Mega Gengar. This mon's kind of busted. Obviously it gets Shadow Tag, which is like broken, and it has like this stupidly high attack stat with like Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb. One of this mon's like biggest issues though is losing Levitate. I really hope at some point, like these ones that they've nerfed, like things like Gengar, Mimikyu, and whatnot. I hope they kind of revert the nerfs, because I don't think Gengar is like all that broken anymore, and like Levitate would be like really nice on it again. And like the thing is, this mon's like it's not faster than Flutter Mane, right? So like you could run this, yeah. Like I'm sure if you did this, you're getting one shot by like a Specs Flutter Mane who's just outspeeding you, right? Even if you go Timid, yeah. Like sure they have to run Timid, but they're still probably just gonna outspeed and one shot you. And because of that, yeah, like I don't know, like maybe there's a world where like some set like this lives. I'm not entirely too sure. I'd have to like run some calcs on it. But like on paper, Mega Gengar's like broken, right? You pair this thing up with like guys like Urshifu, right? Like Rapid Strike with Choice Scarf, even like Wicked Blow guy, yeah. You pair it up with them and then like just trap some stuff in, and then all of a sudden you're just taking a lot of KOs. But yeah, obviously I think its biggest issue is going to be, you know, its competition from Flutter Mane. But in saying that, it's still an incredibly good ghost type, not to mention as one of like the sickest shinies in the game. It's going to show us here. Dude, look at that, yeah. Like, why normal Gengar doesn't get that, I don't know. But like, yeah, it's super sick. I love Gengar. I actually would love to play it, man. I'd love to play it. Mega Glalie, yeah, you're probably just bad. Mega Gyarados, probably bad, right? Like, why would I run you? I don't, like, maybe in a format where, like, Gyarados is, like, really good, I could see it getting some play. Heracross, my guy, you need some, like, speed. That's, like, this guy hits so goddamn hard, but, like, Skill Link wasn't it, and losing its speed wasn't it. Like, if they made this guy, like, faster, like, even if you drop 20 attack and put it into speed, maybe it's a bit better, but again, I think in the current metagame, it just, like, it wouldn't have a place. Like, in a game where Flutter Mane exists, this mon just doesn't. Mega Houndoom is interesting. Maybe like you could make it work on a Sun team. Fire Dark is obviously really good. Its biggest issue is I think there's just two better Fire Dark types now, being Incin and Chi-Yu. Obviously does a similar job to Chi-Yu, but like again, I think Scarf Chi-Yu is probably just better. Obviously you buff up the ally who sets the sun for you. And yeah, you got Beads of Ruin. Beads of Ruin's pretty good. Mega Kang though, if Mega Kang ever gets like put back to how it used to be, because again, this one was like nerfed, right? For anyone who doesn't know, like Parental Bonds used to deal 50% on the second hit. Now it only deals like 25%. So like what would happen is you'd have this like fake out, right? That would like just hit twice coming off this attack stat. And it's like pretty pog. Then you also had things like Power Up Punch as well to like get you like a free +2 off rip. It also had Return, which is like obviously not in the game anymore. And then I honestly don't even know what people were running as the last move on this guy. Probably like, I would assume something like it'd have to be ground coverage, right? Like I feel like it has to be ground coverage. Like, does it get like stomping? Doesn't get stomping. Do you get high horsepower? No, I guess you get earthquake. Yeah, of course you get earthquake. Do you really not get stomping tantrum? Stomping. Yeah, it does. Okay, dude, do you get like, what is your ground coverage actually? Maybe that's what I should have done. Just check its ground coverage. Yeah, I mean like EQ is like probably not the worst thing though, because I feel like it needs that to hit like steel and rock types. But yeah, this one was like, oh, what am I saying? It has Power Up Punch. Yeah, maybe it could just goes like Protect. Maybe just say like, oh, if you resist my return, then I'm just gonna like Power Up Punch you. Yeah, that's actually probably fine. Yeah. Oh wait, you can't hit ghost types though. You can't hit ghost types. Yeah, that one. I don't know. I didn't play Mega Kangaskhan. I know this thing was like broken when it was in the game, but yeah, I think Mega Kangaskhan could actually like have a pretty good spot in the metagame. The Mega Lardy is, I think again, like, I look at this, man, I see this 130 attack stat, and it's like, I know this guy has Dragon Hands. I used to play, like, DD physical, like, Latios, sorry, back in the day, and it's, like, good. Like, it just feels so bad to have a stat like this that you're just ignoring. But I mean, look, they're both, like, decent, right? Like, the Lardies aren't bad mons by any means. It's just, like, you know, more of a question of, you know, is it worth using it over other mons? Like, I don't know, probably not. I don't think that, yeah, they don't have the speed stat. Like, 110 probably just, like, isn't enough. Mega Lopunny is, like, super interesting, and it hits that, like, really good speed tier that we all love, which is that 135 speed tier, tying with, like, Cryodon, Miraidon, Pow, and Flutter. Normal fighting with Scrappy to hit Ghost types is, like, super clutch as well. And, man, like, this mod hits really hard, and it's, like, min-max pretty well. It just kind of wishes it had, like, 20 more HP, I think. Like, that's the main issue with, like, Mega Lopunny, really. But yeah, cool mon. I could definitely see it getting some play. Like, being able to, like, speed type Flutter Mane and then probably just, like, kill it with something like a return would be, like, pretty sick, right? Because, like, yeah, I definitely, like, obviously we don't know if return's coming back or not. But yeah, like, I feel like this mon with these stats would just, like, one-shot a Flutter Mane, which is, like, yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Like, again, I know I'm using Flutter Mane as a benchmark a lot, but it really is, like, if you want to compete in today's metagame, like, how do you compete with Flutter Mane? But speaking of competing with Flutter Mane, you know, we got the guy, Lucario. I think, did Judy use this, right, to get second at Worlds, I think? It's, like, it's pretty cool, right? You get adaptability, like, you know, doubling, or not doubling, but giving you, like, extra power to your stab. Obviously, this mon's got, like, stupidly high attack stats, pretty good speed stat. Again, it kind of suffers from, like, if this was, like, 20 points here and here, this mon feels, like, way, way, way better. But, like, obviously, like, Bullet Punch in a game where it's like, hey, Flutter Mane, I dare you to come in. It's like, that feels pretty damn good. Does it get Power Up Punch? Like, yeah, it does, but you probably don't want that, right? You probably just want, like, CC in that slot anyway. And then you want probably, like, what, like, Protect, like, Iron Head, Meteor Mash, something like that. It doesn't actually get Iron Head, so it probably have to be Meteor Mash, right? Dude, wait, does this guy get... I feel like it gets, like, some steel move I'm just, like, completely blanking on. No, it literally is just Meteor Mash as its best one. That kind of sucks. But I also think, as well, I should probably, like, chuck this in. It gets Follow Me, which is also, like, kind of really cool as well. But yeah, like, Mega Lucario, actually, I think could be, like, kind of cool. I think it would definitely have a niche in the game, if it was to come back. So, like, that's obviously, you know, that's pretty good, yeah. Mega Lucario, not a bad mon. Mega Manectric, I think there was, like, a time where this mon was good. It getting Intimidate, obviously, is, like, also super good for a Mega. And it's, like, really, really quick. Again, hits that infamous 135 speed stat. And obviously, it gets Volt Switch as well. So, like, it can Volt around with Intimidate as well, which is pretty cool. I just don't think I see it being that good, unfortunately. Like, it's, like, decent, but it's not really all that. Mega Marwile, though. This guy's huge, right? It's got, like, the Steel Fairy, which is insane. This is, like, everything Tinkerton wishes it was, right? Like, you look at the stats, you're like, yeah, it's, like, pretty average, right? No HP, no speed, attack stat. Like, this sucks, man. Like, look how low this attack stat is, man. Like, even if you go Adamant, like, what are we, dude? Like, Adamant, just, like, 172. Like, yeah, sure, you get Sword Stance. Like, that's kind of cool. Oh, what am I doing? I don't change that. But, like, then you got to remember, like, oh, actually, why did I change that? Like, 172, but then it's like, oh, yeah, I got huge power. That doubles it. Now, all of a sudden, this is, like, what, 344? Like, that's insane, dude. And it gets, like, Sucker Punch as well, dude. And it gets, like, Play Rough. And it gets Iron Head. Dude, yeah, dude, this one's actually good. I'm pretty sure it also gets Fake Out, right? Oh, it doesn't get Fake Out? Why do you think it got Fake Out? But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Mega Marwal, this one is good. Insane typing, pretty good bulk. You just, like, run something like this. Yeah, I actually think this mod's, like, kind of sick. I think if it came back right now, it would be good. This mod would definitely have a place in the metagame. Like, Intimidate in its base form, and then just a broken typing. It's never bad, dude. It's never bad. Busted typing, like, honestly, freaking broken. Mega Medy, this one's not bad. Pretty similar to Mega Marwile. Obviously has Fake Out and whatnot, which is good. Huge power obviously is, like, pretty insane. It's way faster, but I don't think it's fast enough, and it doesn't have the bulk to justify it, in my opinion. Like, why would I run this over, like, any other Mega slot? I don't know. It feels kind of weird. Especially too when you look at our next guy here, which is Mega Metagross. Now this is a mon that was min-max pretty goddamn well. I'm not gonna lie. Look at the speed stat. Look at the attack stat. All freaking high. It's every stat bar HP is, like, really high, but you can just max this out. Then it also gets Tough Claws, which I'm pretty sure buffs its Bullet Punches. And again, we're talking about a metagame where, you know, Flutter Mane exists. Dude, Flutter Mane never wants to see this. Like, an Adamant Tough Claw. Yeah, no, dude, that's a wrap. That's honestly a wrap of rip. This thing also gets Heavy Slam. I probably should have checked Heavy Slam on some of the other steel types we were actually talking about. Because, yeah, Heavy Slam's obviously, like, pretty good. It also gets Psychic Fang as well. Yeah, dude, I definitely see a world where this thing could be, like, really, really good. Do you get SD? You don't get SD, damn. Oh, do you get like a Bulka? Nah. You get nothing. You just run Protect. Yeah. Dude, this mon, Mega Metagross right now would actually be so sick. Like, this mon could actually do so much work in the current metagame. And again, like, even just, like, having things like, you know, Ogerpon and, like, you know, Instin's actually pretty good into it. Definitely something you have to keep in mind there. But, you know, Mega Metagross, dude, this guy's actually sick. Who's next? The Mega Mewtwo forms are interesting. They've got, like, stupidly high, like, obviously offensive stats, which is kind of crazy. Unfortunately for Mega Mewtwo X, 130 is, I think, probably going to be too slow for it, especially when you're weak to Flutter Mane. Again, like, obviously this thing, you could probably EV it to live 1, and Psychic Fighting's, like, not the end of the world. Again, I just don't like seeing Mons with, like, 190 attack, 154 special attack. It feels kind of bad. Same here with Mega Mewtwo Y. Again, dude, if they just, like, cut 50 off this attack stat and split it between the bulk, this one would be, like, way better. And again, Ability Insomnia, like, bad, give it something, you know, just give it something better. But it does get Expanding Force. That's, like, the other thing. And obviously, like, Mewtwo has, like, an insanely deep move pool. That's the other thing as well. But yeah, Expanding Force could actually maybe make Mewtwo Y good. It's hard to say. Obviously, we're talking about restricted rather than the current format. And, like, obviously, with things like Kali Shadow that are, like, outspeed it, it's probably not good. But yeah, who knows? Like, maybe there's a world where Mega Mewtwo Y could actually be pretty good one day. I definitely would love to see it. I love Mewtwo Y. I think it's, like, one of the coolest Mega forms we have, yeah. Mega Pidgeot. I love this guy, but he needs a less powered format. Honestly, it's not bad. Like, it has no guard hurricanes and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Like, speed stats probably a little lackluster. Bulk isn't quite there. I don't know. Maybe there's a world where Nah, there's not a world. What am I saying? Mega Pinsir. This is a mon that I think is really good in singles. And probably not good in doubles, because Aerialate Quick Attack is actually oh my god. Sorry, no idea what I did there. But yeah, Aerialate Quick Attack's pretty good, because like, again, you buff up the Quick Attack here, and then it becomes like a stab flying priority move, coming off like an absurdly high physical attack stat, and this thing also gets SD. Like, this thing in singles is a menace. Really good. Obviously, it kind of likes having boots in singles, but is what it is. But yeah, things like Return on this as well were like really good. Because again, you just have like, pretty similar to like how you play Salamons, right? You have like this return that's like Aerialate boosted, and it's kind of broken. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it like ever sees like any play in VGC, sadly. Mega Ment. I'm gonna touch on them at the end. We'll go through the last few here. Mega Sableye in VG. Don't think it's that good, because once it megas, it loses Prankster, and if it loses Prankster, it's bad. Definitely a really good mon in singles. This mon like is ban-worthy in singles because of how good it is on stall. But yeah, probably in VG not getting any play. We spoke about Ments. Salamence though, for anyone who doesn't know, this is my other favorite Pokemon right next to Salamence. Yeah, dude, same thing here as what I said about Gallade. Just, you know, just go like sharp. Yeah, just give it sharpness. I think that feels a lot better. And then it's got like Leaf Blade. You know, maybe give it some like give it Sacred Sword, because like why not? You know, maybe just like give it Psycho Cut. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, do you get SD? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like that seems good to me, right? It's just, yeah, help my guy out. Leaf Blade, Sacred Sword, SD, coming off these stats. Yeah. Maybe flip these two while you're at it. Actually, the special attack and the attack stat, like flip them. And like, honestly, yeah, like it's got a really good speed stat. Like that's got that going for it. If it had a better special move pool, I actually think Sceptile could be pretty decent. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really biased about Sceptile. It's my favorite Pokemon. The Trico line's my favorite line, I should say. Trico is probably my favorite Pokemon. But I kind of go back and forth. I love them both. They're both like really cool. So yeah, like please give him sharpness, Game Freak. Please give him sharpness. Mega Scizor, again, like Technician boosted bullet punches in a Flutter Mane metagame is really good. Like, honestly, I feel like if we got all these guys and like someone like always just had an answer to Flutter Mane, it would be like, I would say like it would almost remove Flutter Mane from the game, but I think Flutter Mane would just adjust, and all these like priority bullet punch spam guys, they don't like this guy here, like the big dog, you know, the cat, everyone's favorite wrestler. Yeah, he kind of messes these guys up. I'm not gonna lie. But this thing's bulk's really good. Its speed stats like pretty average. Its attack stats really good as well. So like pretty similar to how you play like regular Sizzle, something like that's probably just fine. And then just run like Technician. I'm pretty sure you also get access to Dual Wing Beat as well. Which, I mean, we already know that regular Sizzle gets Technician as well, but yeah, there's a lot of things this guy can do. Is it Lunge? No, not Lunge. I feel like there's a bug move I'm missing. Pounce? Yeah, Pounce. Pounce is pretty pog because you get like Technician boost on it as well. But yeah, I think Sizzle could actually be like kind of good. Probably not like the best, but like maybe it has a place in the metagame. Sharpedo, I'm sorry, you're just bad. Strong Draw is cool and all, and like, but like you kind of have to stay in your base form just to get up a speed boost. But then like also like at 105, you're not actually that fast. So you probably need like at least 2 to 3 to like really secure it in such an offensive metagame. And this bunch has got no defenses. Mega Slowbro, I think singles will love this guy. VG, it's like whatever. Yeah, actually even in singles, you probably want Regenerator over like Shell Armor anyway. Mega Steelix, you have like a, do you get Body Press? Yeah, do you get Iron Defense? Get Heavy Slam? Yeah, maybe it's got a place. I mean, it's got all I need to see to think maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance, boys. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it's slow at like level 50, yeah. Like it's really slow. Maybe there's a world where it's good. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. Who knows? Do we have anything else cool here? I'll start from the bottom here. I'm a massive fan of Venusaur, and I love its Mega. I don't think its Mega is that good for VG. Like, I don't know. Just probably just play a Moongus if you wanted to play that role. Mega Tita is really interesting because it gains a little bit of speed. And its ability doesn't change, which means it can reset the weather, which is like really, really good. And because it gets that little bit of extra speed as well, Dragon Dance is actually a bit better on it. The main question I really have though is, does DD make you fast enough? What would that hit? That would hit 185. 185 probably isn't quick enough, which means you'd have to go Jolly. What does that hit? Half of that is, what's that? 68, round down 67. Yeah. I don't think that hits Flutter Mane. Let me pull up a calculator. All right, 135 times 1.5. We can't. What do we want to see here? It's like we probably want to see like 206, 207. Yeah, being slower than Timid Max Speed Flutter Mane is probably not good. But I don't know. Like maybe like Flutter Manes would just never run Timid Max anyway. I don't know. Maybe there's a chance. I think it's still a good Mega anyway. I think Tita itself is still just a good Pokemon. Especially too if it gets things like Draco Vish back as well in the future. I say Vish because again I'm biased. But yeah, like if there's like any mons that really like the sand, yeah, I think Tita is actually like probably pretty decent. Mega. I feel like there was like one mon left, right? Who was it? Mega Swampert. Yeah, okay. I actually think Mega Swampert's kind of cool as well, simply because this guy gets Swift Swim, and he hits really hard. And he kind of outspeeds everything he needs to at this speed stat. Like the only thing you're not getting is a Lecky, but like you're a ground type, so who gives a shit? And you're also a water type, so like you don't care about like the Terra Ice plays that people run. So yeah, like I definitely think there's a world where this mon with this attack stat is like actually really good. I would love to play Mega Pert on Rain. I'm not gonna lie. Do you get Swords Dance? Probably not, right? Nah, but I know you get Power Up Punch. Like you get Power Up Punch. Do you get High Horsepower? Yeah, you get High Horsepower. Liquidation. Do you get Wave Crash? No Wave Crash. Damn. I think if it got Wave Crash, it would make it actually stupidly good. I wonder if that's why Swampert didn't get Wave Crash. Wait, you get Flip Turn, right? Yeah, dude, that's actually, I'm not gonna lie, that seems kind of sick. You probably don't even run this, you just run like Protect. Right, something like that, you just run like your triple stab. Dude, if it got Wave Crash in this slot, I'm not gonna lie, that would be like one of the best, like, Swift Swimmers in the format. Like, that is insane. Like, super, super bulky, hits really hard. It's fast enough to outspeed everything it needs to in Rain. Yeah, that's like super, super sick. And then there was 3 months left here. I'm just gonna like pull them all up. It's Ray, it's Kyogre, and it's Groudon. I'm gonna pull these guys up and speak about them specifically just because I think there's a lot going for these guys. Obviously Delta Stream is like kind of cool. Like it's really good into these two guys. I believe, does Delta Stream do something else? Why do I feel like Delta Stream does something else? Delta Stream. You gonna tell me what Delta Stream does? It just says it's illegal. Damn. Oh well. It looks like I'm not getting the information I want out of that there. But yeah, look, this one here, obviously, you know, it gets Dragon Descent, you know, one of the best, actually probably is it the best flying type move? Maybe you could argue that Brave Bird is better. It's still very, very good, right? No recoil coming off that, which is obviously like absolutely insane. But it also gets everyone's favorite combo, the Extreme Speed SD with Qian Pao. Now, I would assume if you have Primal Rayquaza, Primal Rayquaza no, this is Mega Rayquaza, right? Yeah, it's Mega, not Primal. It literally says it in the name. I would assume you can't Terra it, so maybe like Swords Dance SD isn't as good. But if you could use this thing and go Terra and pair it with Chen Pao, I'm telling you right now, this set here, it would be insane. Like, could you imagine this? All right, let's just go like level 50. Could you imagine this? Like, if this thing got to +2, right, it would have over 500 attack, right, after an SD, right? And then you Terra normal, and then you have Chen Pao, dude. Like, yeah, that would be broken. Yeah, look, Mega Ray, it's always going to be a good mon, yeah. It's obviously really good against these two, and when they're in the format, they're like 2 of the best mons in the game. And yeah, Mega Ray, like, look at these stats, dude. Even like its speed stats good enough where like Dragon Dance, like a Dragon Dance set could honestly even just be like really good. You run like DD and then change this out for something else. And this mon, yeah, I think Mega Ray is really sick. Again, I kind of wish it didn't have this, but like it also opens you up for things like obviously like Greco Meteor and whatnot as well, right? So definitely a lot of cool stuff you can do. Did this guy get Hurricane? It actually gets Hurricane, kind of cool, man. If only you didn't overwrite the weather and you could pair these two up together. Kyogre though, I love Kyogre. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Primal Kyogre's ever in the game again, your boy's running it. This thing's pretty busted. I mean, you look at this attack stat here, and then you think about the fact that it has Water Spout here. And then you also think about the fact that, you know, its best friend is Ogre. You know, you get, sorry, Torn, you get the Torn Ogre combo. And this guy's like, hey, you set up the Rain. I like the Rain. I click the Bleak Wind of Storms. I also set up the Pranks of Tailwinds. Yeah, not gonna lie, pretty freaking pog combo if we ever get them back. Yeah, look, I don't really want to say too much about these guys because I think they're all broken. But also, like, if we get Megas, we aren't necessarily getting the Primal forms back, so maybe we don't even get these guys. So I won't touch on them too much, I guess. Yeah, I definitely think, you know, Primal Kyogre here is, he's pretty damn good. Yeah, he's pretty damn good, pretty damn broken. If he's in the game, you know, Origin Pulse, you know, it's pretty freaking pog. I think we all kind of know what it does, yeah. And then, of course, Primal Groudon here. Very similar to what we just said about Primal Kyogre. This one, pretty damn pog. You set up Sun. Obviously, you know, we had things like Renya Sun in, you know, Generation 8. Obviously didn't have Primal, you know, Groudon, but it had regular Groudon. When you slap a Fire type on this mon, it becomes really damn good. Obviously, 4X, you know, weak to water, but when you have Desolate Land, you don't really care about it, which is obviously really cool. Precipice Blades, when it hits, is one of the best moves in the game. I think this guy also gets things like Swords Dance as well, which is like, it's insane, yeah. Again, I'm not going to go too deep on it. But Primal Groudon with Paradox Mons, it seems stupid. It honestly seems really stupid. Not to mention it has a really good matchup as well into our good friend Miraidon as well, which is definitely going to be one of the best mons in the game. But yeah, that's basically it for the Megas, guys. I've kind of like rambled on long enough. I'm gonna quickly pull up a trailer for the new game, and we'll quickly briefly touch on it. And then yeah, your boy's gonna bounce. Yeah, well, look, we're just gonna click play there. We're not gonna run any sound simply because I don't want to get doxxed. The Nintendo ninjas, you know, they've got me twice in the past. We're not willing to risk it again. I'll talk about the DLC for 2 minutes. I actually did do a live reaction to this. Unfortunately, it was like 1 AM here in Australia. And I honestly don't think it was worth me. I don't think it was worth me uploading. It was pretty, you know, I don't think it was that good. Insane, I haven't watched it back. Maybe it's just me being tired. But yeah, look, I'm super excited for this game, right? I kind of knew the second, like, we see this and then you see the Pyrorls, I think. I was like, holy shit, we're going to Kalos. Personally, I'm a massive fan of Generation 6. For me, I took a break in Pokemon. I stopped playing at Emerald. I took a break for Generations 4 and basically came back end of Generation 5. I think I started playing like maybe 6 months or so after Black and White 2 dropped. And yeah, for me, it was like, it was my introduction back into the game. I absolutely loved it. It was the first time I ever started playing any real proper competitive Pokemon. Like, I played a little bit of Generation 5 singles on Smogon, or like, sorry, not Smogon, thingy. Also, like, look at this. It's like such a beautiful shot as well. Yeah, I started playing like, you know, singles on Showdown back then. But really for me, like, Generation 6 was where I started playing like competitive on cart. But unfortunately I didn't play VG. I was an idiot. I played singles. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm super excited, right? Obviously I'm a VGC player. A lot of my friends who play VG, they're not like me in terms of like they like Pokemon from a casual aspect. A lot of them are like, oh, like this game has no like battles. I'm not playing this game. For me, I'm just like super excited. Yeah, I'm so happy to go back to Kalos. I love the story of Kalos. I love the legends. It explains so much as well as to why we're missing like, you know, the XYZ legends. And dude, when I saw this, man, I kind of lost my shit. I was like, Pokemon Legends Z-A as well, dude. Oh man, I'm so excited, guys. I know I said I'd like kind of give you guys my thoughts. I don't really have too much to say here. Actually, let's talk actually. So personally, obviously a lot of people are talking about this. When's it going to release? I'm a big believer this is going to be at the start of 2025. I truly think that, I shouldn't say I truly think, because again, we don't freaking know, but I don't think they announced the game this early if they're not going to be giving it to us like early next year. I don't think they announced a Pokemon game 2 years in advance. It just seems way too crazy. And the reason I think they announced it now, rather than the black and white games, which I'm pretty sure are coming. I spoke to Soul Silverite, and he basically was like, yeah, like they're 100% coming. So I think the reason they've held off on that is because they've done that a lot with remakes in the past, where like they'll announce them like May, June, July. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're holding off on a black and white game for this year. That'll be announced later in the year. Then we'll get this, and then maybe we get DLC for it at the back end of the year. Which will then potentially either one, get Generation 10 end of next year, but two, I think Generation 10 more likely is the back end of 2026, because I think that links up with their 30th year anniversary. So yeah, I do think that, oh my god, I hope you guys can't hear that bike, it's really loud. Sorry, but oh, it just made me lose my train of thought. What were we talking about? The release of the game. Yeah, so I'm not sure when. I think Gen 10's 2026. I think we'll get this game next year. Early next year, and we'll probably get DLC for it as well, which will then lead us into like some other spin-off that'll tie us over for that last year. But the other thing too, and this is something I want to touch on as well, actually in terms of like VGC, I would not be shocked if we move to VGC on this game. And I know a lot of people are going to call me crazy. Chances are, like, I know I'm probably wrong when I say that. But for me, the reason I wouldn't be shocked is simply because if I'm right and they are going to be releasing Gen 10 in 2026 and it's not going to be on the 30th anniversary, because that's a thought, right? Are they going to release Generation 10, in February for 2026, or would they do it end of the year like the Christmas stuff, right? If they did end of the year for the Christmas stuff, it seems super weird that we wouldn't move on to another game for VG, because what happens, right? Chances are we're about to get the restricted format, whether that be a single restricted for Generation for Reg E or G, I should say, or just double restricted post Worlds. But then what, are we just going to play restricted format for 2 years? I don't know. I personally highly doubt that's the case. So that's why I would not be shocked if either this game or the black and white games we're about to get did take over VGC. And that's kind of why I made this video, because I actually do think there is a solid chance that this game will not be like the regular Legends. I do think we may actually get to play VGC on this game. I think we'll get at least battles. I think that's one thing they probably learned from Legends Arceus, was like having no battles was bad. Honestly, like, I don't care. Even if we don't go and have, like, VGC on this, just let me battle my friends. Let me do some videos, yeah? Let me play with, like, Megazard and shit, yeah? I think that would be, like, super sick. What else do I have? There's not that much else to say. Also, I guess, as well, one of the things people were, like, talking about, was... Yeah, so there's the Mega thing, too. There was, like, a post that, like, Nintendo America, I think, stated, which was, like, they said something along the lines of, like, it's entirely within Lumio City. But I think I saw something about the Japanese post said your journey begins in Lumio City. So I think that could be a translation error. I personally think that this game will not just be in Lumio City, but at the same time, if you look at this map right now, this is way more detailed than the current Lumio City. Unfortunately, I can't do the comparison right now, but you have a look at stuff like this, right? Like this little park here, like doesn't exist in Lumio City, I don't think. These big like circle things here, like these could be, different missions. I don't know. If it is just in the city, I would say don't stress about it. But I also would not, I would be shocked if it was just in the city. But yeah, I don't really have many other thoughts I can say off the top of my head. I do watch a lot of speculation videos, which is, kind of the reason I'm doing this, just giving you guys a little bit of my, my thoughts on it. But yeah, look, honestly, I've rambled on long enough. I don't think I've been very clear these last few minutes. But yeah, anyway, let me know if you guys are excited for this game. Let me know if you think we'll actually be getting these mods in VGC anytime soon. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.